Out in order. We've got before you pack.
Hey, how about y'all?
Is it live?
Yes.
Okay, before you didn't play our intro.
No, we don't play the intro anymore. We discussed that. We just go live.
Okay.
We quit doing the intro.
I did. I okay.
Yeah.
She quit doing the intro.
Yes, we did. We quit doing the intro.
It's Sunday night. It is, I don't know what day this is, January 28th or something like that.
28th, yes.
2024, right? How many of y'all got used to 2024 already? Or are you still writing 2023 on stuff, on your paperwork, on your checks, on your mailbox, things like that? She's making paper over here, y'all. She's making paper stuff.
I'm not making paper. You can't make paper.
Yeah, you do. You take a tree and you grind it down and you get paper like this.
I can't make paper. I want to see you make paper. I want you to go outside and get a tree, and I want to see you make some paper.
I can't do it because I'm busy.
So what's our topic tonight?
Tonight we're talking about some packing tips. Now we're not talking about the usual packing tips. You know, we've seen a lot. We've done it ourselves. We talk about rolling your clothes or putting them in packing cubes and all that kind of stuff like that. Everybody, we're going to let somebody else tell you about some more of that. We're going to tell you some different stuff.
We're going to let somebody else tell you all the important stuff, and we're going to do all the goofy stuff. Is that the way this is going to roll?
Exactly. This is Sea Lake Journeys.
I want to know something.
What?
What's up with all those toys lined up on that couch back there?
That's what your dogs did. Look at that. They're lined up. They're lined up in order for something. I'm not sure what they're lined up for. Maybe they're getting on the ship that way. You know, you got your diamond up front and your platinums, and then your gold cards, and then you got your red cards, and you got your blue card Frankenstein all the way back here in the back. He's got to wait and get on the ship last.
You know, this is a cruising channel, but instead of having cruising background, we have dog toy background.
Yeah, it works.
Works for who?
I don't know.
Is that real solutions for real cruisers?
That's it right there, y'all. Real solutions for real cruisers.
Good grief.
So you never told them who we are. They don't know who we are.
Yeah, we want to welcome all of you for joining us in Chet's squeaky chair over there, because for those of you that are not familiar with our channel, we're Sea Lake Journeys. I'm Robin. This is Chet. I'm the one that's normal and behaves in a normal way. He's the game show host. He scoots the chair all around the office. He makes the lights flicker and change, and he does all kinds of bizarre things.
1 minute I'm close, and 1 minute I'm far away. Whatever.
Which does nothing for the lighting for me.
But you look good in anything. You look good in any
So we
lighting.
want to thank you all for joining us. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, we would love to have you as part of the Sea Lake Journey crew.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
right on. So go ahead and subscribe. It's free today.
It's free.
How about that?
And we are dangerously close to 2,000 subscribers.
Dangerously close.
Mhm.
Yeah, dangerously close.
Dangerously close.
Oh,
So we could use some more subscribers.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Tell people you know, tell people you don't
Yeah,
know.
tell everybody. Tell people you know. Tell people you don't know. Tell people you like. Tell people you don't like. Tell people down the street, up the street, over on the street, everywhere. Tell the people that are out in your front, people lurking in your back window. Just go over and go, hey, since you're looking in my window, subscribe to Sea Lake Journeys. Just go ahead, and we'll give you a double squeaky for it. And we appreciate it.
So we do appreciate all of you. And I want to give a special shout out to our moderators.
Yeah.
Because many times our moderators, they're greeting everyone, and we all, sometimes we forget to thank them. So we want to give a special shout out to our moderators, because they do welcome everyone. They give everyone a lovely Sea Lake Journeys welcome.
Yeah, and they oftentimes have to bring us on track again.
Yeah, they do. They're good for that. They're good for keeping us in line. Somebody's got to keep us in line.
That's right.
All right. So
we're talking about packing again. Packing for your cruise. Have you ever went on a cruise? Do you want to go on a cruise? Do you need some packing tips? Maybe you can learn some more about packing. I know we continue to learn about it. And I want to thank Team Reese, because I was talking on the channel Friday morning, said something about packing, and he goes, hey, that's a great tip. And I went, well, guess what Sunday night's going to be about? So thanks to Team Reese for helping us out with this topic tonight.
Okay, so you think that we should greet the people in the chat, or are you all about yourself and keeping going with whatever it is you're doing?
I don't even know what I'm doing, so let's go to the chat.
Look here, let's do this celebration first.
Hey, Bama Nola been a member for 11 months.
11 months.
Make sure you get over and check out Bama Nola Station, y'all, and find out what's going on with him and subscribe to him. Let him know that you came over from Sea Lake Journeys, and you're going to find out that you're going to love him like we do.
That's right. Okay, so baby Enzo wants to be picked
Oh,
up.
you know something else about Bama Nola?
Mm-mm.
It's only it's less than 2 weeks till he'll be on the Carnival Jubilee.
Oh, and another thing I want to add, pick him up, please.
One of your dogs, I think,
It's your dog.
did something.
It's your dog.
Come here, dog.
My dog's been sitting right here on my lap. If somebody did something out there
Somebody did
on
something
that
out
wee wee pad, that's your dog.
Enzo, was that you, buddy? Wow.
So, it was him.
We might have to light a match in here, y'all.
So, speaking of our members, we do a shout out to all of our members at the end screens on every video and in the description of every video, and on our live shows as well. We do want to help support our members because they're very special to us. Now, let's get on with saying hello to people in the chat because you just keep going off.
Well, you keep doing stuff. Tiffany Lava Shark was the first one in here tonight.
Shark.
Baby Shark, right on. Hey, Tiffany. The Z-Man was here saying, good Sunday evening, Sea Leg. Good evening, Z-Man. Aaron Smith's here saying, howdy ho, friends and neighbors. Right on, Aaron. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Howdy hey, howdy hey, howdy
ho.
ho.
Howdy ho.
Howdy hey, howdy hey, howdy ho.
Howdy ho. Hey, and Lisa's Adventures in Cruising is here saying, hey, guys. And hey, Elisa, while we've got her here, she's doing a postcard exchange, y'all. So make sure you check out Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. Subscribe to her channel. Find out about her postcard thing. She has her address and her description on her channel. And make sure you find out about sending her a postcard and getting one back. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy you, Elisa, okay? So send us a postcard. Sea Leg Journeys, P.O. Box 8433, Sebring, Florida, 33872, and we will send to you a postcard.
And look who I'm not around the channel as much as you are because I'm really only on the channel on Sunday nights. But look, Mark the Shark, I don't think I've seen him in a while.
Mark the Shark says much love and aloha. That's right. This is Mark the Shark 803.
Mm-hmm.
We were subscriber number 1,000 on his channel. He's subscriber number 803 on ours.
That's right. And get those salutes up.
Mark the Shark. Here's our other Mark the Shark, one saying, hello, beautiful people. I guarantee you he is out on a Royal Caribbean ship right now.
Probably.
There's Bama Nola Adventure saying, Sea Lake Journeys. Hey, Bama, what is going on, brother?
He's going to tell you what's going on.
Talking about packing, I just started packing today. You only got like 13 days. You got to start now. Make sure you check that. We're going to tell you what to check, Bama. Get ready. We got 2 pages of tips here to help you out with that packing tonight, okay? Then Aaron says, packing tips from Sea Lake Journeys. No right or wrong answers.
That's right.
Just fun answers.
There you
That's
go.
right. See, Aaron gets it right there. That's,
And everybody hit that thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. And welcome in the Down Under Cruisers.
That's right. Here comes Sean all the way from Australia, y'all. Good day to you, Sean.
And one of my favorite people is knocking at the door.
It's Danny D, the spectacular supporter, saying, knock, knock. So I'm going to say, who's there?
It's Danny D.
And Aaron says, well, the Lord does that many times, like pairing a spender up with a saver. You know it, brother. Hey, there's Scott McNeil coming in. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to you, Scott. Good to see you.
Here we go.
Aaron says, YouTube creator, type hashtag SLJ, and Nightbot will share your link for all to see.
And here, Tiffany Lava Shark is doing an example.
That's right. Hey, thanks for that, Aaron. See what we're talking about? We got people in the channel that's on top of things for us. Fantastic. We
got to have somebody to be on top of it because we ain't on top of it half the time.
That's right.
Here's Ocean to Ocean.
Hello, everyone. We are driving and listening. Hey, if you're driving down the street, if you're driving to the store, driving to work, driving home, driving somebody crazy, let us drive with you like Ocean to Ocean Travel is doing tonight. Hey, Bruce and Sydney. There's Will G. Good evening to you. Will G. Kathy Mills says, good evening. Good evening, Kathy. It's a Cruise Life Pete and Lisa saying, evening, y'all. I'm glad to see that he's got some Southern coming in.
Y'all, are they in the UK?
Yeah, they're in the UK. So I want to hear Pete and Lisa say y'all with a British accent. I can't wait. He's going to see him on a ship one day. I know it. And Elisa says, laugh out loud. You know, I love hanging with you and Robin. So no problem, Chet. Hey, there's Marjorie. Sea Lake Journeys. Hi and good evening. My ride fell through and I had to miss the concert. Well, Marjorie, I'll sing to you instead. How about that?
There you go.
You'll never find. What song was that going to be?
No,
That was a little Marvin Gaye for you right there.
He pushes my chair. He pushes me away.
I get excited.
There you go.
Marjorie, we'll keep you entertained tonight. Danny D says, Danny D is here flying in.
Woo-hoo.
Laugh out loud, flying. Hey, we got sharks swimming in. We got Danny D flying in. We got everybody coming in. We got people driving in.
There you
The
go.
Z-Man says, pack some patience. Hey, I'm no doctor. I don't have any patience. I know they call me Dr. Chet, but it's just... Yeah. Aaron says, happy to see all the international friends on here today.
Yes.
National, international, supernatural. We want all of them to come on in here.
Supernatural.
Woo! That's right. We got spooks over here watching.
All right. Well, let's get on with this topic before everybody gets bored with us.
Okay, so Bam and Nola and everybody else out there, before you pack, make sure you do this. Check your luggage. First off, is it there? Did you loan it to Uncle Billy and he didn't bring it back? Did you lose it? Did you loan it to your neighbor and they didn't bring it back? Make sure they brought it back. Make sure you still have your luggage.
That's actually happened to us. We were ready to go on a cruise, and one of my large suitcases I had loaned to my daughter and totally forgot about it. She never brought it back. She lived too far away to go get it before we left, so we ended up with multiple smaller suitcases, which was such a pain in the rear end. Hey, here's Elaine.
Hey, Elaine, how you doing tonight? She said, hey, Robin and Chet.
Hey.
Aaron says, supernatural. Somebody seeing orbs here?
Yeah, I know, right?
Orbs. See, somebody else knows about orbs.
I know about orbs, too. I got them in my office.
I know. Well, we got pictures with orbs, too. Woo-hoo-hoo.
All right. Hit the next topic.
So let's pretend that Uncle Billy and your sister Susie and your daughter brought your luggage back. Now you need to check out, make sure that the wheels ain't broke, that the zipper ain't broke, that the handle ain't broke, that it don't smell like an ashtray that hung out in a bar, for 2 years, or perfume spilled in it. Check it out. Make sure if there's anything that you can fix it in time. And if you can't fix it, you got time to go get another one.
Here's Elisa.
I really did leave a bag at my Uncle Billy's house. Don't worry. Alexa, you're getting a squeaky for that.
So talking about checking the bags, not only did you loan them out, but are they in good shape? So the last cruise we just went on,
yes,
I got the suitcases out of the closet. Now we keep them in the house. We don't keep them in the attic or a warehouse or anything like that. So we're keeping them in the house, which is pretty climate controlled. And one of the wheels fell off. I told Chet, I said, well, I don't think we can fix this. He's like, I think I can. So he messes with it for a while. Well, lo and behold, we end up going buying new luggage.
Well, let me tell you how the story went. The outer cover of the wheel came off. Like when a semi-tire peels off and on the highway. Yeah, the wheel did that. And I thought, well, I'll just scrape the rest of it off of all four wheels and it'll still roll. Yeah. Oh, it did roll, but it was a low rider. It was about this high off the ground. I was like, I don't think that's going to work.
Now, another thing is I've seen a lot of people get off the cruise ship and their luggage is already broke. So they already know it's broke trying to get it home. Yeah. Because it broke somewhere in transit, whether it was broke by the cruise line or the airlines or just dropping it out of the trunk of the car or whatever it was. You already know, man, when I get home before I go on another trip, I've got to buy me some new luggage. I bought a suitcase that it was great. I felt like it was a wonderful suitcase, right? It had the all 360-degree wheels and all that. I'm like, this is going to be great for work. The first time I used that suitcase, it did not roll because it rolled great when it was empty. But then when it was full, it didn't roll at all.
It had a weight capacity of 1 pound, and she put 10 pounds in it.
I'm like, this ain't working for me. This is not working for me at all. So
be sure and check your luggage. Make sure A, you've got it, and B, is it in good condition? Because if you got broken zippers, handles falling off, wheels that don't roll, it can really wanker you up.
And you know what's so funny is back in the day when we all did road trips when we were kids, right? The very first thing Dad did was he went out and he checked the oil and checked the water and checked the tires and all that, right? So that the car is good for the long trip. We don't do that with our luggage. Yet we're going on a long trip, and that's basically how we're going to get there.
So we learned the hard way. So More than one on one occasion. So I think we've got it through our head now. You'd think after 37 cruises and 20 years, you think we'd have it down pat by now.
Here's Z-Man. Buy a different color suitcase.
By a different, well, believe it or not, we ended up doing just that, Z-Man.
We actually ended up buying a green suitcase, which I was like, well, I don't know if I really like the color green, but I like the suitcase. It was the same brand of suitcase that we had, which that suitcase lasts us 10 years and we travel a lot. Yeah. So we didn't want to go with a different brand, knowing that brand is a good brand for us.
Yeah, it's a Swiss. They call it Swiss. It's got the red cross on it. And in 10 years, they're trouble-free. And I mean, they were pretty abused with air flights and trains and planes and automobiles and
Welcome in, Fearless Rambler.
Hey, Fearless, what's going on?
Welcome in, Carmelyn.
Carmelyn saying hello to everybody in the chat.
Woo!
So if you do have to go buy some new luggage, there's what you want to think about. Do I want the hard luggage or do I want the soft luggage?
So we've always bought soft luggage, right? And there's good and bad to soft luggage. We've had other people's, you know, it gets stains from, you know, other people's luggage and the rain and, you know, all that stuff. And I don't like it. I want it to stay clean looking, but I don't have any control over that because they're going to put it in the bottom of the bus. They're going to put it in the plane. They're going to put it in all these places I have no control over. But I've seen the hard cases just recently on the cruise that we just got off of, as well as when I came back from Texas. I saw it in two different situations. That plastic case had a crack in it.
A big crack on the one.
Big crack. One of them went right down the center of the front of it. And the airline took duct tape and duct taped around it to keep it from breaking open. Then we saw another one that was a hard case that I don't know what happened to it, but it had like saran wrap wrapped around it, like sealed it shut. So I'm like, well, I'm not sure if I want a hard suitcase now because at least the soft suitcase is pliable. It'll give. And
we saw another one bust on the ship when we was getting off the Mardi Gras. The girl dropped it and it went doing down the stairs and it just split. And all the stuff came out the split.
I felt so bad for her because the elevators were just cramped. You couldn't get an elevator, right? And I think we're on deck 10 or something. And we got to get to like deck 3 or 4. Yeah. And so her, like many other people, was carrying suitcases down the stairs. And it was at the top and it comes sailing down. And when it sailed down, it smacked right into the wall. And when it smacked into the wall, it broke that case, that hard case, broke it like an eggshell, man. And all of her stuff went everywhere. I felt so bad for her. I don't know how she's going to get this suitcase put back together enough to get home.
A lot of saran wrap and a lot of duct tape.
Exactly.
Or it's going to take Humpty Dumpty's men and horses and all that.
Yeah, let's catch up with the chat.
Hey, there's James Catney's coming in saying, hey, Sea Lake Journeys. Hey James. Aaron says, shoot them soft bags with Scotch Guard and hope for the best.
Yes. So Chet has a can over here. He wants to go ahead and talk about that because we did have it. It's like what we spray on tents and stuff, and we've sprayed it on our motorcycle gear back in the day when we were on motorcycles.
It's a silicone-based water guard, and it waterproofs it. Use it for tents. You can use it for backpacks, luggage, and it works great.
Now, one thing you do want to do is you want to take it outside when you spray the suitcase with it because it has a very strong odor, and you're supposed to do it outdoors anyway. And spray a good coat on it because on the cruise ship that we just went on recently, it was pouring down rain. I mean, a torrential downpour, right?
Yeah.
And they were still bringing luggage on the ship, and they had 4 or 5 things of luggage stacked up trying to get the forklift to put them on. And that luggage is just being drenched.
We were looking out there and you almost couldn't see the forklift that was raining so hard. And it was stacked with luggage. And I was like, oh my God.
And I'm like, why are they, I don't know. I would have brought one out and got it on, but I know they're on time restraint. And the rain had already affected us from leaving on time. And I know that the cruise lines gets paid extra when they don't leave the port on time. But that luggage was the wettest, drippingest luggage I've ever seen. Here's Carmelyn.
Woo! Suitcase. Did I read that right?
I guess so.
Tiffany says, my day is going great so far, Fearless. 58 degrees in Great Falls, Montana today.
How about that?
Oh, that's nice and cool. And It's a Cruise Life says, hey, Elisa, chilled weekend, although started packing weeks ahead of our cruise. Hey, Pete, we got some great packing tips for you tonight. You may want to go back and check some of that stuff. Make sure your wheels are good, your zippers are good, your handles are good. Did you even have all your luggage?
So Z-Man says, do not pack your medicine in your suitcase. Yes, we do have that on our list.
Yes.
Do not pack your medicine. Do not pack your money, your passport, anything that you have to have immediately with you. Do not pack it in your big suitcase. Pack it in your little backpack that you're going to carry, or your purse or something like that.
Yeah.
Here's Elaine.
I prefer the soft luggage myself. Right on. Yeah, we do too. And if you get this, Elaine, get to some of this Scotch Brite stuff like Aaron was talking about, and waterproof that stuff. Alicia says, nice. You know, we love packing for a cruise.
You know, packing, something about packing for a cruise just gets you all excited and all like, yeah, we're getting it going.
Man, you know it. You know it. Aaron says, buy road gear cases and just pay the extra weight charges.
Now, we did see some luggage recently that had road gear, you know, to me, it would have been too much for me to handle. I wouldn't be able to maneuver. It's too much. Here we go.
It's something for somebody to think about there. Yeah. Tiffany says, still a little windy over there. Yeah, the wind came through here and blew us some rain too, Tiffany.
Yeah, it's cold everywhere.
Yeah.
What's another tip we have?
Okay, so we're moving on to you're ready to pack. Now you've went and bought that new suitcase, or your old one is okay to use. So what we want you to do is make a checklist if you need it. The checklist is going to help you not forget stuff. We used to always use the checklist. We pretty much got it memorized now. And she sets everything out by the days of the cruise. Oh, the day we embark on, this is what I'm wearing. And the next day, sea day, I'm wearing this. The next day we're in Cozumel, I'm wearing this. And all the way down to what she's wearing in the morning to what she's going to wear at dinner and everything. So,
well, and the reason I do that is because some cruise ship cabins don't have enough storage space for your clothes. So you have to keep them in your suitcase. Well, what I like to do is I like to take a garbage bag with me so that I can put my dirty clothes in the garbage bag to come home inside the suitcase, because I don't want my dirty clothes making my suitcase smell like dirty laundry. So if I pack the clothes in the suitcase in order of the days I'm going to wear them, then if I have to keep my clothes in my suitcase as a dresser, then I don't have to dig through stuff. And speaking of the garbage bag, I like to line the bottom of my garbage bag and the bottom of my suitcase and the top of my suitcase with a giant garbage bag. And that way, if it does happen to get wet and something leaks or whatever, my clothes stay nice and dry. We got a couple of things here.
Hey, Elaine says, I didn't even think about waterproofing. Thank you. That's why we're here. Get your sign over there. Real solutions for real cruisers. Right here, Elaine.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Carmelyn says, yes, I like to take an extra bag for dirty luggage as well.
Yes. So, you know, I also like to take extra Walmart bags and extra Ziploc baggies, because it never fails. There's going to be a wet bathing suit somewhere in the packing to come home. Either it didn't get hung up in the bathroom right, or we used it at the last minute. So I do like extra Walmart bags and extra Ziploc baggies to put those last minute laundry things into. Yeah,
you probably need a designated packer too. She does all the packing. I'll put my clothes out, and then she packs what I'm actually going to take. And because one time she told me pack me a bathing suit. I said, okay, you want a 1-piece or a 2-piece? She said 1 piece. So when we got there, she only had 1 piece of her bikini. What can I say? Anyway, another tip for you is you need to put an identifier on your luggage. If you look at our thumbnail, you'll see a big, round, yellow, smiley face looking thing. That's how we identify our luggage on that trip. Other times she uses big pink fluorescent ribbon?
Right. I like to go to like Walmart and get that big 4-inch wide fluorescent ribbon. It's fluorescent colored, and I'll tie a great big bow and a whole bunch of knots. It's not going anywhere. And let me tell you what, I can see that fluorescent bow across the way. We're coming down and Chet's like, our luggage is in station number blah blah blah. I'm like, I see my luggage already. See it right there, that big old orange flower. That's me. And you can identify your luggage. Not only that, it helps other people identify that it's not their luggage, because I don't know how many times I've been standing there and people will grab luggage and it looks like their suitcase, and then maybe they'll read the name tag and like, oh, that's not mine, and leave it. But if they see this big orange fluorescent bow on it, they're like, yeah, it ain't my suitcase. I'll be like, nope, but it's mine.
Hey, while you're putting that identifier on there, don't forget your name tags and your cruise tag. Don't forget to print it off and get your luggage tag and get that thing on your suitcase and a name tag with your name and phone number on it, in case, because we've heard stories of this, somebody still picks up your luggage anyway because they drank too much the night before or some other reason. And they get home and they go, hey, who is this person? This ain't my suitcase. At least they got your phone number. They can call you and say, I got your suitcase.
So I watched a show one time. It's called What Does the Airport Do with Lost Luggage, right? And it was fascinating to me because there's all kinds of stuff left behind on the airplane or at the carousel or just in the airport in general. And what they do a lot of times is they'll end up selling it at an auction. But before they get to that point, what they do is they actually look to see if there's something in this luggage that will identify the owner. And so what the lady on the show was saying was many, many times people will put their name on a tag on the outside of it, and it gets broke or lost or detached from the luggage. But she suggests that, on almost all suitcases, there's one little part that's got like a netting, that you can see through it. She says, take an index card, a regular index card, write your name and address very legibly, and stick it in that pocket that's got the fishnet in it. That way, when they open it up, immediately there's your name. They don't have to dig through your stuff to try to find who's the owner of this luggage. I thought that's a great tip from a lady from the airport.
How about that?
We got a couple of things in the chat here.
Karma Lynn says, I also bring a plastic bag for wet swimwear.
You never know.
Yeah, you got to have it.
You just never know.
I bring an extra one too, Karma Lynn, to put like our sign and sale card and some cash, stuff like that. So it's waterproof inside your bathing suit pocket or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Aaron says, or tropical humidity doesn't allow them swimsuits to actually dry out.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the truth right there.
Even though they're hung up in the bathroom for 2 days, they're still too damp to put in with the dirty clothes.
You know it. They are still damp. They're still wet. And Fearless says, one-piece bikini can go well on St. Martin beaches on the French side. On the French side, George, didn't work too well on the Dutch side. Elisa says, yup, great tip, Robin. It's amazing how the bags all end up looking the same.
They really do.
There's 5,000 suitcases rolling off that ship.
And you know what else is funny? It's like when luggage comes out for the year or whatever, how many times do you see luggage that is either absolutely identical or is very, very similar? I mean, I've looked at luggage before going, that looks like it would be my luggage, but it don't have that big fluorescent bow on it. So I know that's not my luggage.
Right.
And the other thing I wanted to say about the identifying of your luggage is if you're going to fly to the airport, you have to put the airline tags on the suitcase first. So make sure that you take your cruise line luggage tags and put them in the outside pocket on that suitcase, so that when you get to the cruise port, you rip off the airplane tags and put the cruise tags on it. Nothing worse than, man, what did we do with those tags? I don't know. Did you put them in your purse? I don't know. We left them somewhere. Who knows? But
according to my checklist, we didn't even pick them up. Oh no.
But if you put them in the outside pocket on the suitcase itself, they'll be readily available for you right there. Here we go.
And Crystal Sparkles here saying, happy Sunday, awesome people. Happy Sunday, Crystal. And it's a Cruise Life says, late here, guys, so we'll have to watch on catch up. Have a great evening. Right on, Pete. Thanks for joining us, brother. Crystal Sparkles says, let's get the likes up to 20. Woo-hoo! 20. Woohoo! 20 likes. And Carmen says, I use huge bows in bright colors as well on my luggage. Maybe I've seen your list before. Laugh out loud. I also have an identification slot on my luggage with my personal contact info. Yeah, you want that personal contact info just in case, somebody picked it up and brings it back to the airport or a cruise ship. They can get a hold of you.
Yeah. That's a big thing. And that I've been on cruise ships before where people's luggage was arriving late to their room, right?
Yes.
And they'll say, what's your luggage look like? Most people can only know, I don't know, it's gray, it's a gray suitcase, it's a blue suitcase, it's a green suitcase. You know what I can say? It's a suitcase with a big old orange fluorescent bow on it, So that's another thing that, because if you're trying to describe your luggage to someone on the cruise line or someone in the airport, describing your luggage many times looks like anybody else's luggage, but you want to have some kind of specific identifier that you can point out to them that would be your luggage.
Yeah. So, hey, let's get to some do's and don'ts. These are the things we do's and things we don'ts. And you can do's or don'ts them however you feel like if you want to. So, number one thing we do, and this is the one that Team Reese liked, is split up your clothing by his and hers. Don't put all of his in one luggage and all of hers in one luggage. Why?
Right. I never, ever, ever make luggage his and her luggage. And I learned that because there was another couple one time that told us that her luggage didn't make it.
Yeah.
Her luggage got lost. His luggage made it just fine. And she was so upset at dinner. We heard about it the whole cruise, how her luggage never made it to the cruise ship.
Yeah.
She went the whole week with having to buy clothes and things like that. So what I learned a lesson from this lady. When I pack this suitcase. This side is Chet's clothes. This side is my clothes. The other suitcase, same way. So that if a suitcase gets lost, we are both going to have clothes to wear.
And she also splits it up by day clothes, evening clothes, drawers and socks and stuff like that.
Right. So I don't end up with one suitcase of nothing but, beach clothes for both of us. Each suitcase is equally divided that we have, excursion kind of clothes to wear in the dining room and things like that. If it's a cruise that has more than one elegant night, there'll be elegant in one suitcase and elegant in the other suitcase. That way, if a suitcase doesn't make it for whatever reason, we are still good to go for the whole week. We've got bathing suits in both suitcases. We've got shorts and t-shirts in both suitcases, formal wear in both suitcases, and regular, everyday clothes in both suitcases.
Right on. So, yeah, think about it. I think, before you go, learn it before you go.
Yeah. Aaron says brilliant.
I like the little scholar.
I know,
there,
little scholar. Here's Carmel in for the win.
2 years ago, my friend almost missed our trip home because someone took her luggage in error.
Yeah.
She was at the last minute able to get it back and in to get home. Woo! She had me stressing out. We've heard several stories like that.
Yes. I've actually stood at the carousel at the airport and watched someone bring luggage back. They had got the luggage, left, and were on their way to their taxi or their personal car or whatever, and realized, oh my gosh, this isn't our luggage. And they brought it back to the carousel area. Yeah. So I've seen that. I've seen where people, and I've even seen in cruise port too, where people have picked up luggage and got all the way over to where the people where you check out not the porters,
the security guys,
the security, where you're leaving the terminal, and had a porter bring luggage back because it wasn't their luggage. Yeah. So here's Elise Adventures.
Yes, because it's always the suitcase that you need that goes missing.
Yeah.
That way you have something to work with. Yes, absolutely, Lisa. Yeah. Because, wow, she actually, one time she just forgot to pack some clothes.
Yeah. I just forgot to pack for myself before, but
that was crazy.
Another tip I want to give you about packing your clothes is, typically we pack the suitcase and the suitcase is down like this, right? Yeah. And then when we stand the suitcase up, it's like this.
Right.
So what I do, especially with his shoes are heavier than my shoes. Little sandals and stuff, it don't matter. But his dress shoes can be heavy. What I do is, like, this is the suitcase, right? And the bottom stands up like this. I'll take his shoes and I'll put them this way. Like when I turn the suitcase up, now his shoes are sitting up straight. That way, when the suitcase is stood up straight, and things settle, his shoes are not on the top of my clothes, squishing, putting wrinkles in my clothes.
She don't want me walking on her clothes.
Yeah, I don't want him walking on my clothes. So when I put his shoes in the suitcase, I put them at the bottom of the suitcase with the soles where, and when the suitcase is stood up straight, the soles of the shoes are like, standing up. That's a good tip for also things that leak. Put things that in Ziploc baggies that may leak in that part of the suitcase. So when the suitcase is stood up straight, it's not going to leak down through all your clothes.
If you got shoes that you don't want mashed, make sure you stuff some paper or something in there so the shoe won't get mashed down and mess up your nice shoes.
Socks fit really good inside shoes to keep the shape of the shoes.
Not bananas or pears or anything like that. But don't do that one. Do the socks.
Here you go. Read this, Chet.
Yes, because it's always the suitcase that you.
I'm sorry. We read that already, didn't we? I'm sorry. I didn't put a star by it.
And so the next one was line the suitcase with large trash bags.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Yeah. So that way you got them.
That way, the trash bags come in handy for a number of reasons. Number one, in case anything was to leak into your suitcase, your clothes are protected. Number two, you have a large trash bag because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what you might need a large trash bag for. I know a lot of people like to take their own scuba gear with them. Well, you usually put it in the little mesh scuba bag, right? Well, if that's because you've had it and it's totally dry when you pack it. But when you've gone scuba diving or snorkeling. It's going to have water in it. So putting it in a garbage bag and then putting it in your suitcase keeps that water from leaking out, of all the
you don't want your suitcase smelling like that box on the Carnival Mardi Gras that we if you haven't seen our Carnival Mardi Gras room tour, you'll know what I'm talking about. Pull the box out. So anyway, we got some more do's and don'ts. Do take extra trash bags and Ziploc baggies for those dirty clothes, the wet clothes, and the wallet or cash, your cards and stuff on your excursions. Have extra bags. You're probably going to need them for something. Another
reason that I like to take the Walmart bags with us, let's say that we're getting off the ship today and we're going to go on an excursion. We'll just make something up. We're going to go horseback riding into the beach. Okay. So they're going to have a locker room there. We're going to enjoy the beach. We're going to take off our wet bathing suits. We're going to go horseback riding. If I bring a Walmart bag with me to put his wet bathing suit in, now I don't have to put his wet bathing suit in my bag that I've carried our beach towels and all that with. I can put his wet bathing suit in a Walmart bag and keep all my stuff in my bag dry.
Right on.
Yeah, it's just my tip.
That's good tip.
Here's a link.
I bet the shoe tip will also help your suitcase stand up. My old luggage would fall over. Right, there you go, Elaine. Because you get a little top heavy. The weight's in the top, it's going to tip over, but if you have to weight towards the bottom, there you go.
And I put all kinds of things in the bottom. I'll put curling irons in the bottom. Anything that has a lot of weight, I'll put in the bottom so that when the suitcase does stand up straight, it's not top heavy. And a lot of times what happens is people will put those things, they'll put everything in the suitcase and then they'll put the curling iron and stuff on top. So then the suitcase just keeps falling over because the weight is here on the outside pulling the suitcase over. So if you think about distributing the weight of the items in the suitcase for when the suitcase is standing up straight, you're going to be better off because most of the time that suitcase is standing up straight for you to deal with it. They'll lay it on its back or on its belly when they're putting it on conveyor belts. But the rest of the time, it's typically standing up straight.
Yeah, and that's when it's going to be moved around. Usually it's like that. It's not going to be moved around flat. It's going to be moved around in an upright position. So anyway, we also want to remind you again to put, if you got something with liquid in it, like I have to carry soapy water spray bottles and stuff for my leg, put that thing in a Ziploc baggie in case it leaks. You don't want stuff leaking. You don't want your hairspray. You don't want your shower gel. You don't want whatever kind of liquid kind of item you have carried leaking into your luggage.
And this is what people say. Oh, well, it's a new bottle. It's not going to leak. Okay, let's stop and think about this, okay? Your luggage is on the trolley for the suitcases, right? Yours is on the bottom. There's 15 suitcases on top of yours. The weight of those 15 suitcases on top of yours may cause that brand new something to leak. Just because of the pressure. And not only that, sometimes the pressure in the airplane, it sucks things in. So don't say, well, it's new, it's not going to leak. You don't know what's going to happen to that luggage between the time that you leave it and the time that it meets back up with you again. And here's Carmelin.
I forgot to take my brand new jar of body butter out of my carry-on and put in the checked luggage, larger than travel size. So they threw it out. I just purchased it before a cruise from Ulta. Oh my God. Yeah, size matters on those things, doesn't it?
Yes, size does matter. I've had them throw my things away before, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, you know how much that costs? That's brand new,
$85."
And they're like, "Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't meet standards." I'm like, "Man!" And the reason it ended up in my carry-on many times, what we used to do was I would stop at the makeup store in Orlando on our way to the cruise ship to pick up things because we didn't have them here. Now our area has grown and we do have an Ulta here, but it would end up being in my carry-on bag because I just purchased it.
Same as you, Carmen, a brand new thing ain't open yet.
And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna argue with them and not get on the cruise ship?
And that girl that's confiscating it from you is going, doesn't meet standards.
Nope, it don't meet standards. And it's so funny.
I'm going to take this home with me tonight. Oh, I didn't say out loud, did I?
I started to say, this is what one lady said to me one time. She says, I use this too. I said, I know, it's a great product. She says, yeah, and I'm out. And I'm thinking to myself, my whole brand new bottle that I just smoked, I know it's going in her purse.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, something like that, if you're going to put that in your suitcase, which you should, the checked luggage, because it's too large for your carry-on, make sure you put it between layers of clothing so that it's got a little cushion between it so it don't get busted.
Yeah, that's typically I layer things that are delicate in between our clothes. I'll put things in Ziploc baggies and layer them in between our clothes. Another thing I'll do, if I really don't trust the item, let's just say that the item, I'm like, I just don't trust this item. I think it's going to leak no matter what. I will take like a regular hand towel and I'll put in plastic Ziploc baggie, close it, and then I'll wrap it up in the hand towel, and then I'll put it in the suitcase. Or if I feel like it needs some extra cushion, I'll do that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so some more do's for you. Do think about where you're going. If you're going to the Caribbean or the Mediterranean, you're going to pack a little differently than you are if you're going to Iceland or Alaska. So keep that in mind, and make sure you don't forget your hat, your sunglasses, your suntan lotion.
Now, that also pertains to the destination the location you're leaving and the location you're going to be arriving to.
Yeah.
Because like when we went to Alaska, we're leaving Florida. We don't need a jacket. We don't need a jacket in Florida. We're getting on the airplane, tank top. We're going to wear pants because we know that by the time we get there, it's going to be chilly. So one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to pack your jacket in your big suitcase, because how many times have you seen it? Number one, I've done it. I'm sure some of y'all have done it. And I know you've all seen people do it. In the airport, lay that suitcase down, open that bad boy out, grab out some jackets, throw them on the kids, throw them on yourself, look for that hat, whatever it is. It's all because you didn't think about needing that when you got to wherever it was. So think about what you're going to need, when you're going to need it. And if, like Chet, his hat is always in my bag because our luggage is not going to be in our room all the time when we get on the ship. He's going to want that hat. He doesn't care about that hat until that ship sails. And I don't know where his hat is because it ain't arrived to the room yet.
Yeah, right. Another do for you is try to keep your luggage 50 pounds or less, under that 50-pound mark.
That's even a cruise line rule, too.
Yeah, how about that? And I tell you, from all the packing we've done over the years, it's hard to pack more than 50 pounds in a suitcase.
Oh, I can pack more than 50 in a suitcase.
Well, you think you can.
I know I can. Yeah. How many times do you pick my suitcase up and tell me I got to take something out of it? You think it's too heavy?
I'm always right, though, because even when you go up there and they weigh it, it's 49 pounds.
The whole point is I can overpack it.
Yeah.
And another thing is, whenever you've seen the cruise line staff doing the luggage, many times they're smaller framed people or even women, and they're handling this luggage. We're really not supposed to have that luggage over 50 pounds.
Right.
So think about your room stewards having to deal with that luggage too.
Yeah. Picking How
And
many
not only that,
bags are they going to pick up that day?
not only that, another thing that I've seen with overpacked suitcases is they're dragging them off the trolley. Well, there go your wheels.
That's how your wheels and handles get broke, y'all.
Yeah.
And how your zippers get busted open.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep them at under 50 pounds and make your luggage last longer.
It will make your luggage last longer, and it's going to allow them to treat your luggage nicer.
Yeah, that's right. A good point there. Good. Allow them to treat your luggage nicer.
That's right.
So here's another thing you're going to probably want to do is get yourself a carry-on bag. That's right. Get yourself a carry-on bag for a couple things you want to carry on. If you want to take 2 bottles of wine, you can't put them in your checked luggage. You got to carry those 2 750 milliliter bottles of wine in your carry-on luggage.
Now, another tip if you're flying, because we've flown last year, the space under your seat is a lot smaller than it was a long time ago. The space under your seat, you can bring 2 carry-ons. One usually goes in an overhead compartment, and the other one goes under your seat. Under your seat, really, it's only going to fit a small little backpack. And even the computer bag that I take when I travel for work barely fits in that space.
Takes up a lot of foot room.
And if you're flying, always go up to the desk and ask, is the flight booked? And if they say yes, then say, are you doing complimentary checking of my bag? And if they say yes, take them up on it.
Yep.
Let them deal with it, because it's not, you want off that plane and you having to wait for all these people to get all the luggage down and struggle with it in front of you before you can move along. If they've got free last minute check-in, that's where my luggage is going. I'm not going to struggle with it. I'm going to pick it up on the carousel.
Yep.
I probably already got to pick something up on the carousel anyway. Why not pick that up too, right?
You ain't Chet's over there?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So, also in that carry-on bag, you want to make sure you got your medication, like the Z-Man said. Don't put your medication in your checked bag. It's got to be on your carry-on. Your suntan lotion. When you get on the ship, you're going to want to head out to the pool. So, and your passport, make sure it's in your carry-on. You're going to need it when you get to the port. I can't tell you how many times, every cruise we go on, there's somebody in line in front of us that had their passports in their luggage. They just drop out, be checked on the ship, and they have to pull them out of line and say, I don't know what they do from there.
Your luggage.
I don't know what they do from there because they don't have their passport, and you got to have it.
Got to have it.
Got to have it. Your valuable items, your jewelry, your cameras, if you're a vlogger, or even if you ain't, microphones, stuff that's valuable, don't put it in your check bag. Put it in your carry-on bag.
Or may appear to be valuable.
Yeah.
Even some costume jewelry can appear to be valuable. So I have a little case that I keep my jewelry in, and I put that in my carry-on bag because, like I said, you don't want, if your bags get searched, you don't want something to appear to be more valuable with it than what it is, and then it just come up
and have that thing fall out.
Welcome, Bud Files. Hey, you guys.
Hey, buds. That's Sue and Joe. There's Tiffany. Okay, so and also for her, she has to have special stuff like her fan and her sweater. Yes. I said it. I'm talking about a little fan, a paper fan like you buy at Dollar Tree that you do this with, and a sweater.
It's not paper, it's fabric.
Yeah, whatever it is. So why do you have to have a fan and a sweater?
It can be hot or cold at any given minute, and I need to be prepared for both. And you know how many times I've not had my little fan, especially on like an airplane, and I get a little claustrophobic, and I need some air movement, and I'll be looking for something to fan myself with. So I have this cute little fan, and I take this cute little fan with me. So I
tell her, baby, I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah.
But
hey.
There's Brant Thompson. Hey, Brant. I usually see him coming in and commenting, but now he is here live with us tonight. You get a squeaky for that, Brant. So yeah, if there's something special you got to have. For me, I've got to have also some leg spray, extra socks like this for my leg. Stuff like that I keep on my carry-on. I cannot afford to lose a liner or socks and stuff that I've got to have. And then, what am I going to do? I got to have this stuff with me. And it might be something that you have to have in particular that you know that if you don't have it, it could make your week long. So whatever that is for you, make sure you get it into that carry-on luggage. Yeah, and we do have some final tips. Here.
Here's Carmelin with the win.
Oh, Chet's your biggest fan. I am. I'm her biggest fan.
He just got off the Scarlet Lady today.
Oh,
One
man.
of our favorite ships.
Man.
We love the Scarlet Lady.
Brent, you get a double squeaky. Yeah, we love we booked a Valiant Lady for next October.
Mm-hmm.
We're going
to do Halloween on her.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun. That'll be exciting. That'll be a good time. But yeah, the final tip, and Z-Man touched on it too earlier, pack some patience, pack some joy, pack some good attitude, take those things with you, and pack enough for somebody else. Pack enough not just for yourself, but spread it around. Hey, I got extra joy. I got extra patience, and I got extra good attitude because somebody came on that ship and forgot to pack theirs.
And you know what? If you're a person that does laundry on the ship and you take, little laundry tablets or whatever with you, take extra ones. And when you're in the laundry room, you never know. Somebody may not have a token because that little soap machine requires a token. And you could actually be a little gift to someone for giving them a free little Tide Pod.
That's right. And Aaron says, I've heard some suggest a change of clothes in your carry-on just in case your other luggage doesn't show up until late. That is a great tip. Yes.
That is a tip I forgot. Now, if you're traveling with kids, I would definitely suggest you put an extra set of clothes in the bag for them.
Yeah, because they're going to be nasty by supper time.
Well, and if your luggage appears back to your room late and because this is what happens a lot of time, especially in the summer. Kids will get on the ship with their bathing suit on underneath their clothes. Mm-hmm. Well, there's no dry underwear now. Oh, no. So when they're ready to get out of that wet bathing suit, you need some dry underclothes for them to put on because they've got dry clothes because they took the clothes off because they had swimsuit on underneath them. But little boys, they don't have no shorts because their shorts are their swim trunks. So
that is a great tip, though. Yes, we do recommend you carry extra pair of drawers, extra pair of socks, at least a pair of shorts and t-shirt. At least you got something to wear. If you went swimming or who knows what can happen. You need something in case your luggage don't show up till midnight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that I do typically pack an extra change of clothes in our carry-on bag as well. I just totally forgot about it.
Yeah, that's a great tip, though. Yeah, that's great. If you got another tip, plug it in there. While we got a few minutes left, I'm going to give you a rundown. We know what's today? Sunday. Yeah. So
Aaron says, "Oh, no dry undies."
Hey, that makes life tough right there. Kids, what am I, a grown kid? Bama, we're all grown kids. How about that?
Ain't that the truth?
So hopefully these packing tips are going to help somebody out. Maybe you learned something tonight. Maybe, we got to learn stuff right here from people in the chat. That's what the channel's all about. We do not know everything. We know this much, and everybody else out there, your cumulative knowledge adds up to the rest of the big circle. And we appreciate everybody sharing the tips with us because we need to know this stuff too. And yeah, that's right. Wednesday coming up live 8:30 in the morning. Join me, and Friday morning at 8:30, join me again. And then next Sunday night at 6 o'clock. And in between that, we have Friday Ray Parade. I got another video coming out on something. Oh, what is it? It's going to be. Oh, y'all know I got a short out there of her climbing the ropes. Like a 25-second short. I got the video of her doing the whole thing. I cut out the sections, though, where she's standing on the pole waiting her turn and all that to bring it down. So everything you see is her walking around that whole entire course, and she picked the hard piece on every one of them.
Of course I did.
Yeah, they got an easy side, and then they got the hard side, and she did the hard side the whole way.
I can't wait to get on the Norwegian breakaway for our group cruise because they have a really big sky course.
It's the biggest one at sea.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll do a video of that, too. Yeah, that's gonna be outrageous right there. Yeah, and so you did book us a restaurant too, I think, didn't you?
I did. I booked us that Brazilian
steakhouse. Oh, I can't wait. They come out with this like giant skewer, y'all. One of them will come out with T-bone steak on it. The next one comes out with pork rib on it, and the next one comes out with lamb
or sausage, and so you just sit there and have all the different kinds you want as much as what you want. And we have Brazilian steakhouse here in Florida. So I can't wait to see. They say that the one on the ship is very similar. Of course, they don't have as many meat selections on the ship as they do at the one here on land, but It's still good.
I think it sounded like they did from what I was hearing one guy say on the channel, and it's the same
Well,
idea.
I looked at the menu and it's not.
Oh, it's not okay. You put the green card up for them to come. Put the red card up when you're like, I can't take no more. So we're going to see how long I can hold out with the green card.
Okay. All right. Well, we want to thank you all for stopping in and visiting with us tonight and talking about
Packing. And you know what? I'm going to give everybody here a double squeaky for joining us tonight. Right on. We appreciate it, y'all.
And until next time, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.
Whoops, wait, I forgot about the end screen.
Oh, she forgot about the end screen.